I'll put you in a cup holder. See my cup. That's a weird shot. I'll leave it. Looks decent. I got my coffee. Come join us for a moment. We're gonna live stream as we drive to Denver. I don't know if we'll do the whole way to Denver, but definitely a good portion of it, I'm sure. So, like I said, we got our coffee. It's been a good morning. It's cut the living daylights out of one of my toes. I stubbed it on a piece of metal in the house, on the bed frame actually, and yeah, it didn't feel good. I found out I ended up cutting like the inside of one of my toes, which is like a weird spot. I thought I just stubbed it really bad. Nope, cut it up pretty good. So, but that's why we're doing. Like, we do these streams to kind of update people on our life and the studio, and kind of what we've been up to lately. We had one yesterday. That stream went pretty well. They're daily. Sometimes these streams are daily. Sometimes they're just on like every couple days. It just depends on what I have time for, and you know what's going on. Sometimes I have time to just do it every day. And I'll keep streaming as much as I can. But we're growing the channel. We're above 10. I think we're 1023 subscribers. Thank you for that. If you're new, hit that like and subscribe. If you're just hopping on, good morning. I don't see anybody hopping on quite yet, but nobody local here at least will hop on. It's almost 7 o'clock. So, but we got one person who hopped on. Good morning there. I'm glad you joined us. Good morning. Hope you're having a good day. My name is Justin. This is Fox and Robyn Recording. We are a recording studio. I mix, master, and record music for bands, artists, and anybody out there. If you're a band and you're looking for someone to mix your next album, hit us up. Good morning. There, I can't read that. Link something. Good morning. I'm gonna call you Link. It's just easier. Good morning, Link. People holding for review. They're just gonna have to deal with that. It'll do that. It'll hold a comment for review if you post something inappropriate or something it thinks inappropriate. Sometimes I see something like, why was that held for review? That's not appropriate. It just thinks it is. So, but good morning. If you're new, hit the like and subscribe. I'm Justin. Like I said, we're driving on down to Denver for a church that I do some contract work for. I don't know if I'll ever be on staff there. Probably wouldn't want to be on staff. I think I'd keep it just straight up contracted. Good morning, Crinkle. Good morning, everything. This is you mix and master audio tracks. Yes, I do. I mix and master audio tracks. If you're a band and you've recorded, say you recorded a live show, you recorded your last live event that you multi-tracked it, which is common. Yeah, it happens. Not everywhere, but it's a common thing. Hi, Crinkle. Good morning. It's you can send it to us and we'll mix and master it for you. What DAW do you prefer? So I started, a little background here. I started in Pro Tools back in version 6. That's how long ago it was. It was Pro Tools version 6, and when I started, version 6 had just come out, and I got used to using that, and I've tried others. I've tried Logic, I've tried Cubase, I've tried Persona Studio One, Reaper, Ableton a little bit, but I do prefer to use Pro Tools. It's what I'm used to. Even when I use those other DAWs, I end up mapping all the key shorts back to Pro Tools. So that's what I prefer. That's what a lot of, especially if we're working with other studios, like we're recording the track and we're sending to another studio. I'm sorry that you woke up with a sore throat. That's okay. You can type us messages while you start to feel better. There, Crinkle. So, but yeah, a lot of studios that I go to use Pro Tools. We use Pro Tools, so it's just easier too. We got our coffee here. It's a vanilla cream coffee. Sweet cream. Vanilla sweet cream from Scooters. I like scooters. I didn't think I turned cruise control off. How dare I? I tried to turn it on because it's just easier to keep speed. But I was thinking I was turning it on, I turned it off. So it is quite delicious. It's a little sweet, but not like overly sweet. So it's got the foam in it that I like to mix in. It's pretty good. See, we got 180 miles of range. I think that's enough for the day. I think we use about, on Sunday it's about 50 to 60 miles, depending on where we're headed. But, so, anyways, we're grateful for everybody who's liked and subscribed. We're growing. The channel keeps growing. I'm trying to get more watch hours. I've gotten up to like 970 something. I haven't checked today, but last time I checked it was 970 something. And it's actually a few days off, so I know it's higher than that. So, subs, we have, last time I checked it was 1,023 was where we were sitting, but it could be more at this point because I haven't checked. But we're getting there. We're growing. We've gotten over the 1,000 mark, which is helps monetize the channel. Now we're just working on watch hours, so it's all a lot of this is just a waiting game. It's like that hurry up and wait thing. Like, okay, hurry up and get the video out. Now wait for it to grow. So, wow, that's a lot. I'd like to have 7K. It'd be great, but I don't expect us to have 7K by the end of the year or anything. Our goal was to hit 1,000. First goal was to hit 500. We did that last year. Actually, we did a little more than that, but we hit our mark for that. And then this year, I think last year when we ended the year, we were like just below 700. And then this year we're over 1,000. So we hit our mark. Tried mixing some vocals, but was unsure about plugins. Plugins for vocals can get tricky because not everything works. It's a little bit trial and error because you want to have a compressor that kind of controls some of the dynamic range, but not too much. And then you want to have an EQ to kind of help with the tonality. And there's channel strips. I use a channel strip from UA, and I can't remember what it's called. But if I'm dealing with multiple vocals, I'll use something like Vocaline or Waves VX or Sync VX. Waves Sync VX. I'll use that to help align things as well as deal with some of the pitch and tonality. And then if I really need to tune something, I'll use like auto tune or Waves Tune. I like Waves Tune live because it'll do it live. It'll do it like on you don't have to render it, it'll just do it, but you'll just analyze as it's going, as opposed to analyze and then playing the track back. So, but yeah, the vocals can be tricky sometimes, especially when you're editing, trying to figure out what syllables to edit out or spots to start, or just trying to get that tonality where it sits right in a mix. So, but we do deal with that quite a bit. We have people who send us tracks that we're like, we need the vocal, we just need you to mix the vocals. And if I do that, I ask for stems. I ask for this instrumental stem track, because maybe that's fine. And then I'll mix the vocals and send that vocal as a stem. So, it's cutting, it's mid-range. I don't cut the mid-range in vocals. I really don't. Generally, if you don't know what it's going to do, I find it's best to kind of just leave it until you absolutely have to mess with the mid-range. But I don't really mess with the mid-range. I'll bump it a little bit to make them a little thicker. But if I want them to cut, I'll leave the mid-range where it is, like flat. And then maybe I'll bump like 2K, like 3 dB. Just to get them to cut a little bit. So, Talking about making music, I don't know what you're talking about. I make music. That's what I do for a living. So, same thing. Yeah, if you cut too much mid-range, they'll thin out. But it also depends on that proximity effect. Were they eating the microphone? Like, do they just put it right up against their mouth and we're talking into it? Because the proximity effect makes mics boomy. It's how close that capsule is to the source. And but if you have a lot of proximity, I'll roll out a lot of low end. I'll roll out like 100 hertz, 100 to 150 hertz, and then maybe I'll boost 250. If it's a female, I'll definitely boost a little more mid range because they can especially get really thin really quick. So I'll boost them instead of cutting, the high end. I'll just boost the bottom end a little bit, unless they're really shrill, and then I'll kind of tame them. But de-essers help too. That's basically just a fancy compressor that does certain frequencies. I was trying to think what it was there for a minute. Yeah. We do live shows as well. Generally not as a stagehand. Generally I'm the one running the show. That's kind of my tip on vocals. Hopefully that helps you, and hopefully that also helps others out there. I'm having a hard time talking this morning. I have a tooth that's bothering me. I don't know why it's bothering me. I had a toothache last week and I got rid of it. Toothache, and then so concrete barriers around us. We're in construction zone right now, which they've done quite well with. It got it done pretty quickly. I imagine they'll probably have that half done before winter. I could be wrong, but it'd be nice. So we're using EQ 12 to 15. Yeah, that's too much. I usually cut 12 to 16. Like I high pass. I'll low pass the crap out of that. I'll cut 12 to 16K out of a vocal. Especially, that's where a lot of, you get a lot of those really sibilance type stuff happens up at 12K, and it's just not necessary. The human vocal doesn't go up that high. So, have a good day, Crinkle, whatever your name is. I'm sorry, Crinkle. Have a good day. Hope you feel better. So, but yeah, I don't boost 12K. I'll leave it either flat or I'll cut it. I won't boost 12K in a vocal. And kick drum I might, depending on the kick drum and what we're going for. And maybe guitars I might add a little. I'll do that a little bit in the studio just to add a little bit of sparkle, but live I won't. But yeah, I'm usually rolling off about 12K, be 12 to 60K, because there's nothing useful up there in a vocal. Not really. Get off the phone. I'm not holding my phone. Driving, paying attention. Hands free. I'm reading this. Yeah, I'm a pretty aware driver, so it's also one of those drives I could do in my sleep. Oh, it's a straight shot to where I'm going. I think it's funny that people will comment on the channel about random stuff, and I don't read every comment. I only read the ones that are beneficial to me. Yeah, I don't read everyone. I don't have time to read every comment, and some of the comments aren't even for me. They're for people talking between each other, which I find also kind of interesting and fun to watch. But yeah, hopefully that helps people out with that 12K. I don't generally boost 12K. I will boost, maybe 6K.